G'day guys, Dom here. So some of you guys might notice that this video might look a little different than usual. There's a very good reason for that. The main camera kind of sort of shat the bed on me, which isn't great, so that's gonna have to go out for warranty work. And I was hoping I'd just do it on the GoPro, just like a perfect world. Oh, just bang in another camera, no problem. No one will notice. But the GoPro decided it's not having any of the shit either, so yeah. We're going to the camera from, I think I want to say like 2000? I'm only sort of sure it's got HD, so this could be interesting. Because I'm looking at the viewfinder now, and this thing, oh god, the picture quality looks like shit! Anyway, I'm going to show you some knives, and hopefully it looks good on camera. Hopefully. Maybe I can fuck with it in editing. So, where do we start? Let's start off with the ones you probably know already. So, here's the first one. Oh, I'm knocking the camera. We're getting really professional in this video. I think this is the second grunt I've ever done in ABL stainless steel. Easily one of the thinnest. It's really, I like thin knives. I like they just cut better. They're a lot lighter. I mean, compared to some of the other knives I made recently, this thing it's almost nothing. Especially the one I'm going to show you in a minute. And I haven't actually done this before. I did something similar with the with sort of the 3-part handle. I actually did like a 6-part handle once with a blue and black and blue and then black and then blue. But this is interesting. He sent me a picture and said, hey, can you do this? Wasn't too bad. I did have to try twice. The first attempt, if I have it somewhere. This was the first attempt, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but big ugly fucking gap. So that's gone into the bin. So we got Anzo pattern, black G10, orange G10, OD green, and the blade is acid stonewashed, V-Grand, and the camera is not picking it up. Oh yes it is, it's picking it up. I'm bitching about nothing, it's all good. You see with that really nice heavy sandblast texture in there, aggressive, and you can hear it. So it's actually not physically textured. And the screws are also not acid washed, but they're I got black screws and stonewashed them with the blade, so you've got a similar distressed sort of look going on. Sharp as shit. Because this one's so damn thin, this thing just cuts like a motherfucker. Wow. Let's get the whole book out here. As you can see, we've been sharpening quite a bit, and I don't replace phone books even though they are free. Yeah, it shaves, alright, it's sharp, we'll just stick with that. But yeah, dude likes grey Cardex, so did a grey Cardex sheath for him. Okay, so that's that, we got to rush through these because I've got a few knives to show. What's next? The second knife for the same dude is actually my friction folder model, or my Slender, as I like to call it. So first thing you'll notice, we've got titanium handles. These things are nice and slim. Yeah, I usually send these out with a leather pocket slip, but the dude's getting his own leather guy to make it, so no need for that. The titanium handles are super thin, just to make it easy to carry. And I think they're like 100 thou, maybe 90, I can't remember. And the handles, if the camera will pick it up, it's sort of like a bluish, purplish sort of a heat anodized finish. But you got like the, it's dulled down and muted, so it's not super pimpy. And you've got some little flecks of colour in there. Kind of hard to explain if you don't see it. The screws are all mirror polished. I got to play with the buffer a bit. So all the screws are mirror polished. Or pretty damn close to it. They're not like a mirror, but they're definitely highly polished. And the blade, actually let's look at the spine first. The spine is acid stonewash. The dude originally wanted an acid stonewash blade with a satin bevel, but there's just not enough definition in the grind, and with an acid stonewash you've only really got 1 or 2 goes at it. So as a compromise I left the edges acid stonewashed, And I did a belt finish, or sorry, a hand rub satin on the flats, which is considerably easier to do because you can always go back and forth, back and forth. And I think I spent like 2 hours getting this finish done because if you scratch up a little bit too high, you can sand this way. You know, it's a lot easier to trim it up and to clean it up and stuff if it's a hand rub satin finish on top than an acetone wash. Because an acetone wash, you got to wait an hour every single time you fuck up, which isn't good. But yeah, it's a little stiff. Breaking in. Like, these are brand new washers. It's only been opened and closed maybe 20 times, so when you start opening and closing it a few times, it'll break in nicely. And these are... I sort of designed these originally as portable kitchen knives, so being a friction folder, there's no lock, there's nothing in there, so you can basically just clean it out. Super easy. You're not going to fuck anything up. And these things are ground really, really thin. I mean, these are cutting tools first and foremost. So these are super thin behind the edge, which makes them excellent cutters. Let's get the bloody phone book paper out again, and hopefully I don't fuck it up as much as the last time. And I also do with a very, very slight convex, almost so much you can't see it, but the very edge of this is slightly convexed, which just helps it a little bit with food prep. But I mean, this is a massive blade. Like, it doesn't look like it and doesn't carry like it because it's so slim. But I think it's a... Oh, shit. I'm horrible with numbers. It says it on my website, but it's like a 4-inch blade or something like that. So, massive fucking blade on this thing. Maybe 3.5. But yeah, big fucking knife. Crazy sharp. It just needs to break in. Especially with the washers I use, it needs just a bit of a... Just a bit of love. Just gotta, you know, just rub up against each other. It's all good. Fuck. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm saying weird shit again. So yeah, wrap that shit up because I know exactly how much work it takes to redo that finish or I fucking scratch it. So it's getting treated like gold dust right now. Up next, we have a gunslinger. So here we've got titanium pocket clip, ABL, rock pattern, bead. I'm pretty sure I've gone through gunslingers like 3 or 4 times in this channel, so keep it brief, super sharp. I've got 4 more of these heat treated that need to be done. I think most of them are sold already. So the idea behind the gunslinger is you can loop this around your belt, you can chuck this in your pocket, and as you draw, once this breaks in of course, it's going to draw, and basically auto deploy the knife. Now I will not do this if you live in a city, or if you're around people, because you're going to end up in prison so quickly. And Big Bubba, he's going to love you. I know my subscribers are obviously all very good looking people. So yeah, Big Bubba's he's going to take very good care of you in prison. So yeah, if you're going to carry one of these, do it in rural or live in America. That would probably be best. If you live out in the States, I don't think anyone's going to give a fuck. But if you live in the more protective places like I do, a little bit different. And last but not least, we have this. I'm not really sure what I should call it. This was actually originally a grunt. So it started its life as the same shape as this. And it was one of the early Gen 3 grunts. So this is actually CPM S35EN. I did like 4 or 5 of these things out of 5 6mm thick stock. So this thing is a chunky motherfucker. Black G10 handles. Tried a bit of a different pattern. It's just basically straight lines. I sort of tried to round it over and like roll it when I was doing it, but didn't really come out. And if the camera will pick it up, it's actually stonewashed. Don't do that a whole lot, like just a straight stonewash. I usually acid etch it first, but don't know, I kind of fit with this knife. I'm also almost entirely out of black hardware, which is part of the reason I did it as well. Part of it. Means I don't have to use black hardware on this. You can see we've got a bit of a rounded spine up here. And that comes into this sort of groove. Don't know, just came up with something weird. It's for sale on my site right now, unless somebody buys it in the middle of the night. It is on sale, or it is cheaper, just because, you know, I made it from another knife. So this screw is a lot further back than I'd like it to. So I did knock a bit of the price. Normally I'd want it to be like around about here, but it didn't behave and I had to cut off a whole lot at the back. Took me a while to get the grinds on this right, and they were just so horrendous. Like, I spent probably 2-3 hours just fixing everything, which is like 2-3 hours. There's a lot of time to spend grinding a knife. Hopefully the video quality isn't too bad on this one. Where's the rest of it? Still working on a lot of shit, like always. I got to get more gunslingers at this week. I was starting a few build videos this weekend, but I'm not going to deal with this camera. There's so much work in them that I don't want to have it, wasted with a shitty camera quality. And yeah, I'm also working on this one here. Should be interesting. 01 tool steel. I'm probably going to grind that tonight after I finish the video. I don't know why I'm moving it around so much. It's not really that dramatic. But anyway, I don't know why I wrapped that up. There, that's good. Now we can do the proper outro. Fucking hell. There, see? We're good. Outro's good. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.